Belgium.
Hello everyone, I'm Sandra Deakin, and thank you all for being here. This means so much for me and for all the group, I'm sure. It's special for me because I come from Belgium, but my father is British, he's from Yorkshire, so it's very special for me. And I'm here in gratitude, and you know, gratitude, that is such a beautiful way to open your heart. Whenever you feel your heart is closed, just go in gratitude, and it opens up again. I'm grateful for this moment, and I'm grateful for all these beautiful people in my life. Because transformation can also be a dark spot. And then you need bright spots to hang on to or to light up your life when you think, wow, what am I going to do? I'm so stuck, it's so dark. And I met Marie, and she was my bright spot, so I want to thank her as well, because she did it in a very humble way. She just walks in somewhere and she can lift up a whole field. And each one of the authors in this book has got, or is, a bright spot in their own way. You know, some do it in your abundance, some do it in your emotional life. So that's why this book is so important, because it can get dark going through a transformation. You are a caterpillar and you become a butterfly. But believe me, when you're still the caterpillar and things are changing, your body's changing, your emotions, your thought patterns are not like, well, it's not there anymore, it doesn't vibrate anymore with, let's say your outside world doesn't vibrate anymore with your inside world. Then you need someone, a bright spot or a book that is going to say, hey, it's going to be all right. You see, because I've been there. And if I can do it, you can do it. So that's why a bright spot is so important. And my own transformation is one. I work as a journalist in Belgium, and let's say I can call it quite successful. I've made beautiful programs. I bright up people's lives. That's what I wanted to do from when I was 14 years old. So yes, that was all fine. My life was just perfect. But I lived in my head. Do you know what it's like when you live in that story in your head, and you are that story? And okay, my heart was open, wide for everybody. But my lesson was, I had to anchor my heart deep down in this earth. Now, for me, Earth was quite a scary place. I lived up there, you know, I had radio shows, I had television shows, wow, but that's air, and I was good at that. But in my private life, I never took space. I guess, to be honest, this is the first time ever in my life that I stand here as Sandra. Not as the television presenter, not as the journalist, not as the wife of, but this is me. I'm honestly naked. That's what I'm writing about in the book. This is me. Inside, outside, same, same. But it took me a long time to get here. And believe me, I had to go through terrible fears. And even writing the book, and helping it being published by bringing a picture, and you know, just the process of the book was for me a big transformation, because for the first time I could write down what had happened within me in all those past years. So thanks to that I could give this chapter of my life a place, and gratitude was there again, because all of a sudden these years in my situation, I'm talking about my personal situation, it's been years of going through deep darkness to anchor this heart in my body and to really stand here. And when I was writing the book, there was so much gratitude, because finally I felt, hey, this piece of my life and this darkness, what I've been going through, is going to inspire people. Maybe it's going to uplift them. Maybe it's going to tell them, hey, you're not alone. Or maybe it's going to bring them comfort. So that already opened my heart. And then, you know how we sometimes unconsciously have still fears. We think, oh, I've done my process work, I'm there. And there's this little thing like, you not really, shall we test it? So this book was one of my tests. When Mindy, I think, mailed me urgent, you know, we were already, all of us were so happy and texting, yeah, we've written our text, it's going to be edited, and only me got this mail, urgent, Sandra, your picture is not good quality. Now, I'm a journalist, I am so used to deadlines. I mean, I love deadlines, it gives me a kick, except for this time. When I got that mail of Mindy, it was like the floor, the earth, fell away under my feet. And I remember, because I was driving my husband to the airport, and normally I'm a good driver, but I couldn't drive anymore. And he was going like, we had lunch before he left, and he went like, darling, if you're in this situation, you shouldn't drive. So I said goodbye to Luc, and I went home. And as I've become a specialist in processing myself, I sat in silence. And I said to myself, okay, this is just a story. It's not about me not being in the book, because that was my panic. I'm not going to be in the book. I'm not going to be in the book because my picture's wrong and the deadline's there and the photographer who took the picture is doing an exhibition and, oh my God, I'm not going to be in the book. That was just a story. So I sat in silence and I went through layers of fear and fear and fear. And what was really there was, I went to the root of this fear, because when you've had so much fear, you think, okay, I've had it now, I choose not to live in this fear anymore. So I went to the root. And there it was this picture of many lives that I'd never been accepted by my tribe for who I am. So even in this life, at school or wherever, I was special. I was always the odd one out. I never belonged. And the moment, synchronicity it's called, I really took out that root of fear and I embraced this, because the picture I saw was a woman dead, a skeleton, and she was a woman in a desert left by her tribe. And she had no food, she had no water, she just died. So I embraced this woman and I told her, hey, there is a place for you, like there is a place for each one of us, just to be and to shine your light and to rise. And the moment I did that, something funny happened. Some of the ATL members started texting me, hey, do you need help for this? Hey, hey. So I felt like, wow, I belong. And not only that, I have my tribe. Beautiful people, one by one, who live by the heart. So I felt this is healed within me. And that was such a special moment that I could just be Sandra. I didn't have to be the journalist, I didn't have to be special. I could be special in my own way. And you know what? We all, each one of us, if you think it's not, you're unconscious or you're lying to yourself. Because all of us have this tiny little voice or this tiny little subconscious thing inside of our head that is scared of not to belong to your tribe or to your circle, whatever you call it, or your family. That by just being you and enough, no more, just enough as you, that will not get loved. And this book is also about that. It's inviting each one of you to be you. And not only that, to rise in the beauty that you are and to shine. And each one of us is able to do that. But you just need to delete this little voice. Don't fight it, because it will become louder. Give it love. Because love, that's the only thing that works. Thank you. And thank you for reading this book and using it as a tool for your own greatness and transformation. Thank you.